Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Watch. Okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Raw Recap, brought to you by the Smacked Raw podcast. Now, normally I would introduce myself, however, I'm going to let my guest introduce me.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wreak Havoc, also known as the Nature Boy Ric Flair, if you listen to Young Kings Wrestling. And on behalf of the Smacked Raw podcast, I would like to present to you all the MVP of the show, the be-all, the end-all, be-all, the head of the wrestling podcast table, the sun around which all wrestling podcasts revolve, the hardest working women in podcasting show business, the one, the only, Miss Katie Bebe. How are you this evening?
Wow. You definitely have added more. I'm not mad. But I'm good. Thank you. How are you doing?
Got diversify. I'm good. A little tired, but I'm good. It's been a long day, but hey, I like to see it busy.
Listen, you have been cranking shit out all day. You hopped on here almost last minute because, as you guys can see if you're watching this live or video, Kevin is not here. Kevin bailed. He's not feeling well. We gave him one of his 2 nights off. That's why I always got Reek in my back pocket coming through. This is becoming a weekly occurrence. You hopping on the Raw Recap.
It's one of my very fun cameos I like to make here and there. I mean, I'm always off Mondays, and if I can fit in, why not?
What a guy, guys! Wreak Havoc. Shout out. Applause.
I am your advocate at all times. even across shows, it doesn't matter. If you need me, I am there.
You are my Paul Heyman, and I greatly appreciate it, sir. Thank you. But we are a wrestling recap show. You can find us live Monday, Wednesday, Friday on twitch.tv/puttingyouover. If we're not streaming, you can find Standing Streamer with his show Putting You Over. He interviews countless people in the wrestling community. If you miss a live stream, which, not gonna lie, they're pretty fucking fun, so try not to miss them. Video form of the podcast on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/smackdropodcast. Go ahead and like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. Excuse me. If you like to listen to your podcast, we have the audio form on basically every podcast platform you can think of. And if you'd like to consume your wrestling media in another way, head on over to WrestlingNewsWorld.com. Check out the articles written by some awesome people over there. We have the honor of being the exclusive recap for them. Oh man, and I have to do the Patreon. Damn it, Kevin! Support Smacked Raw Pod fam over on patreon.com/smackdropodcast. You can subscribe to one of our 4 tiers. You can get stickers, get your unpopular wrestling opinion shown on the episode of UWO, which I believe, don't hold me to it, there might be a all Smacked Raw Pod episode coming soon. Perhaps. Y'all just gotta wait and see. You can also get a t-shirt and we'll shout you out for a month if you do the $25 tier. I think I got everything. I don't know. I haven't had to do it myself in a while. It's usually Kevin's job. So, a little disappointed.
Savannah says if you don't, you will get peer pressured into doing it.
Oh yeah, so we peer pressured Savannah into doing it. It's fine.
I just have one. How are you guys her peers?
How are we her peers?
Yeah, because Piers is like, same age range. Isn't she like a little younger?
She just turned 20. I'm 24. I'm her peer.
Oh, I'm the old one. Okay, all right.
Yeah, you're old.
That's all good.
Also, speaking of old, today, while filming this, it is Kyle Tyson, aka Boss Man, aka The Kai Tai Show. It's his birthday. He is 33.
Dropped his government. Oh.
I dropped it all. It's fine. He doesn't care. He's also in the chat, I think, still. So, Kyle, we love you. We appreciate you. I tweeted at you earlier. Everything success I have, any type of success I have in podcasting is because of you. So thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you giving me the opportunity on this platform. So, without Kyle Tyson, there'd be no Katie Baby. All y'all just think about that for a second.
He found a gem.
He did.
The gem of all
said,
gems.
Put me on blast.
See? You see that? You see? Crazy.
It's all out of love, Kyle, I swear. Alright. I think I got everything out of the way. Let's talk about whatever Raw was.
All right.
How'd you feel overall?
When it's typically it's a little less shitty than it normally is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of vibe I was getting out of this. Like it's not typical crap, but it's not much better. So it's just a few tiers removed from being absolute complete garbage.
Well, I mean, there were some things that happened and that were shown that kind of dropped it back down a few pegs. We'll get to it. Don't worry. I guess we should probably start at the beginning. We see Adam Pearce, MVP, and my girl, Sonya Deville. Guys, in case you didn't know, I stan Sonya Deville. Hard.
Hashtag step on me.
Hashtag step on me. You know what? I don't even care. Fine. I'll embrace it, Reek. You want to bring it onto my show? I'll embrace it. It is what it is. So, they're backstage. They're doing a coin flip to see who's going to be facing the almighty WWE Champion Bobby Lashley between Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre. Are you happy I said his full government name?
That is a mandate. You absolutely must every single time.
And before they can flip the coin, Drew and Braun both come backstage. They bicker. Braun ends up winning the coin toss, and he faces Bobby in the main event. So we go from that to the Raw Tag Team Champions, AJ Styles and Omos, who we haven't seen since Mania, mind you. Listen, they say, oh, we were on a beach, chilling, we deserved it. No, y'all had a match.
So when I said they were off canoodling somewhere, I was basically right.
You basically were right, yeah. I mean, was AJ the little spoon? Probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Imagine him being the big spoon. Just...
Oh. I don't know how you do that.
I don't either. But it's a fun thing to try and picture that happening.
Like, imagination can only stretch but so far.
AJ is a small man.
Yeah.
And they're talking about winning at Mania, how they've been gone, they've been on vacation. New Day come out. They're talking about, oh, you guys earned that well-deserved time off. Obviously being very sarcastic, in case you don't know the New Day. Talking about the reason they're the 11-time champs. When they get knocked down, they dust themselves off, they get back up. Kofi talks about Kofi Mania, how he literally showed up the next night on Raw. He said, I wasn't even on the roster, it wasn't even my show. He did show up, And of course, Xavier has to coach, I guess. I don't even know the right word. Bait Omos to start talking because Omos forgets to say his lines.
The whole thing just went on too long.
Yeah.
Like I get, giving Omos some time on the mic and everything, but this just, I don't know, it just dragged. Like, I know I'm not the biggest fan of Kofi on the mic, but Xavier is great, AJ is great, but this, listen, we didn't need to do it. We really didn't. Like, AJ could have talked for a few minutes, New Day could have came out and could have had the match, end of story. Because the match was decent, and I'm just like, too much talking. Come on.
Yeah, there wasn't a need for all of that to have the end point be that New Day are going to be your 12-time WWE Tag Team Champions. Wait, spoiler alert, they're not. They lost.
Right.
But it was very reminiscent of the Mania match. Trying not to let Omos in, keeping AJ away. But with a man who is the size of a truck, it's kind of hard to beat him. Like, especially with Xavier Woods. He's like my height, but he's jacked as fuck. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation. But
it is.
Now, who is going to go after the Raw Tag Team Championships?
Well, apparently, we forgot that there are other tag teams out there. Like, for example, Lucha House Party. I definitely forgot because they forgot to put them on TV.
True.
So, I guess they have some teams that are hidden away somewhere that they just choose not to put on TV. So maybe now's a good time to, put them in the spotlight and see what happens. Because I would venture to guess that they're going to make this one last for a little while. I guess to kind of, up Omos' stock a little bit. So if you got more tag teams, now's a good time to put them out there and maybe feed them to this team for a little bit.
I mean, we have Lucha House Party, New Day, RK Bro, Viking Raiders, and I think that's it.
That's more than they had like 3 months ago, so I would take it.
I mean, very true. I would say Shelton and Cedric, but
that.
Yeah, that happened. That we'll talk about that. Don't worry, guys. It's so exciting. Just sighs.
Yeah.
Listen,
Hey.
I can only be so enthusiastic so much.
No, it's just I've regressed from on this particular topic, went from anger to misery to just I don't even know what to say anymore.
Fair.
That's where I'm at with it.
Very fair. It's a tough pill to swallow. But we're getting to some good stuff here, buddy. We're getting to some good stuff. After the Tag Team Championship match, we see Sonya Deville and Charlotte Flair briefly talking in Sonya and Pierce's office, and Pierce comes over saying you're overstepping your boundaries, and I mean true, but Sonya's a boss. She's a boss bitch. She's about to come for Pierce's job.
What does Pierce think he is at this point? I genuinely need to understand because, this is a guy that at one point in time just started showing up on both shows to, make matches, or all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He never really asserted his authority that much unless like a big brawl or something broke out.
Yeah.
And it's like, now that you have another official in the midst, now you want to puff your chest out all of a sudden. when you've been getting punked by everyone else in the locker room. Nah, don't try to get all big and bad now that Sonya's stepping up here and getting ready to take your job. Just don't do it, bro. It's like it's not in the cards.
Now, I think Kyle and I had talked about this, I think, last week. Do you think they're just going to bring back general managers? Have Pierce be Raw or SmackDown, have Sonya be the other?
I mean, I said a little while ago, I think that it would be beneficial, especially if you're going to commit to the brand split, which they haven't been. And I think it's a dynamic that's kind of missed. And as long as it's not McMahon's running the show, then it's positive, because when Eric Bischoff and Teddy Long were running the shows, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you have different people running the shows as GMs, it works. So I can see that.
Scrap Daddy versus Daddy DeVille to main event Mania next year.
Ooh, I like that.
Honestly,
I like that.
I'd be down. That'd be a cool match. Bring back intergender wrestling. I demand. As head of the podcasting table, as Reek said, I demand it. Ain't nobody listening to me.
And so, if it is decreed, then it must be.
So shall it be. Wow, imagine if I had power over stuff. Crazy.
You do have power over
I don't.
stuff.
Oh, the fuck?
You do indeed.
No. It's neither here nor there, Rick. Neither here nor there. Let's get to the thing that everyone has been talking about on Twitter. The vignette. The evolution we did not want or need. All Red Everything with pink hair is back. Eva Marie. Does she have your attention, Reek? I don't know if she said it enough. Does she have your attention?
Okay, I guess we're doing this. So
Do it.
let's see. Where do I begin? So Black Wednesday happened not too long ago, which is becoming a rather tragic tradition in the pro wrestling world. We and the Iconics were let go. Mickie James was let go. Billy Kay, first and foremost. Like, I'm not so mad about Peyton as I am about Billy Kay.
Understandable.
But a legend in Mickie James.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea Green, who had potential, albeit, injury issues, and we know Vince is all too quick on the trigger to label someone injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
But even deeper than that, I am so sick and tired of seeing Nikki Cross in pictures and posts and her not getting on TV. That is a woman who has all the potential in the world within this division. On a show where you have more than enough women on it, the ratio of Raw's women to SmackDown women is like 5-1, and you don't put her on TV whatsoever, at all. And now you're going to sit here and tell me, after you've let go a bunch of those women, that you open the door to bring back a woman who could not wrestle to save her fucking life, who couldn't draw to save her life. Yes, we know she's gorgeous. She's an attraction on the eyes to everyone, right? But she had no character. She had no in-ring ability to save her life. And yes, I know she worked on it. She got with Brian Kendrick. Whatever. That's great. Why is she not going back to NXT? Why do I have to see this on a show that is already pissing me off on a weekly basis? Send her back to NXT to cut her teeth with the best women in the division, and maybe she'll actually get good. How's that for an idea? Because if you bring her up to Raw, you already have several women up there that, in my opinion, aren't going to improve her. Looking your way, Dana and Mandy. No knock on them, but let's be honest, what good is that really going to do them? And it's like, you present her in this way as if we were anticipating her coming back, as if we wanted this. We didn't want her the first time. So how are you going to sit up here and ask me if you have my attention now when you didn't have it years ago? That's a redundant, stupid ass question. So this whole thing I feel as if it's just a giant rib. Like I'm being pumped. I'm being pranked. I don't like it. And it needs to go. It really needs to go. On a night where I literally tweeted maybe an hour into the show, if I don't see Nikki Cross on TV, at the end of the show, I'm going to be upset. I swear, I say this on my own show. It's like they listen to me and they do the exact opposite. You follow that up by putting Eva Marie on my television screen in 2021. That is bullshit. I'm not having it. I'm not having it at all. That is ridiculous. Like, Nikki has been a stand-up superstar from day one. She's been taking everything, whatever they need her to do. She's always putting a smile on her face. It's like depressing to see how much she wants to be on TV and wrestling. And it's like, you see her, she looks like she's like getting slimmer too, getting in better shape. It's like, what more can you ask for from someone on your roster? Like, what more does she have to do? And I feel like that was a slap in the face. It's like, Nikki can wrestle. Nikki had one of the best matches in NXT history with Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like she developed her character when she was paired up with Alexa. So it's like so much progress has been made, and it's like that common trend of shitting on that for something shiny, brand new, or reformed, as we like to say, just for what, ratings, for a pop. That's not going to happen. No. This is not. I would give the whole show an F just on this alone. Truthfully.
Do you feel better? No? Just thought I'd ask.
I don't. Because, you know why? Because we're probably going to get another one next week.
Oh,
She's
you know
probably
we're
gonna
getting
say
them
the
for a
same
month.
thing.
We're getting them until SummerSlam, baby. We're getting them until SummerSlam.
Like,
At least.
like I feel like this is. Remember the first one she had where she had that dude announcing her to the ring every time that she came out? I feel like that's what this is going to be. And I swear to God, if that happens, I don't think I'm going to finish the show. Like, I think I would literally turn to something else the second I see it. Because, no.
No.
And the top it off, the cherry on top, the evolution.
The evolution.
Really? The evolution? Like, I swear these people troll us. They troll us on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
What have we been asking for the longest time?
Evolution too.
Thank you. You have, once again, more than enough women to pull it off. Between the three brands,
Mm-hmm.
you could make a large card, right? But it's like, for whatever reason, conversation just drops.
Mm-hmm.
Never gets done. And now you're gonna give us the evolution. We gotta move on. I might lose my shit if I think about this any longer.
You said, we gotta move on. I'm finna not trying to do this. Listen, I have expressed my anger towards the women's division on Raw for months. Basically, since I fucking started 8-9 months ago, I have been expressing my anger towards the fucking women's division because they don't do anything with it. They back themselves into corners constantly, and they can't get themselves out. And now, after you release a legend, like you said, Mickie James, someone who had a ball of potential, Billie Kay, if you gave her the chance, nah. You bring back wardrobe malfunction being her gimmick, wrestled maybe 3 matches, tried ring announcing, didn't know anyone's name.
Oh my God.
The list of things this woman has not accomplished, you're gonna bring her back. As a woman, I'm fucking insulted. I'm done. Like, I will say, Dana and Mandy have improved. They're not obviously top tier. Definitely have improved. I would love to see Sonya get back in the ring. As much as I love Daddy DeVille in the suits, I want to see her back in the ring. but it's not gonna
True,
happen.
true.
I'm just wishing on stars. They don't fucking care. They want to make money. They're gonna lose money because you're gonna have evil fucking Marie. Miss Fake Tits can get the fuck out of here. I mean,
she has a point. She has a point.
No lies detected.
Oh. Now, you know who I truly feel bad for now is Lana, because once upon a time she was a reclamation project, and it's like, you know what, if given the right, you know, scenario for it, it might have worked, but it's like now you're turning into this, and eventually Lana's just gonna fade away because this tag team with her and Naomi doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry, like
You know,
it's
we're gonna talk about the tag teams. Don't you worry. Don't
yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Alright. I think we need to move on. Feel the tension in my neck, Reek. I feel the tension. I can't.
Yeah. Very.
I'm gonna take the Kevin method. I'm just gonna put it in the box until
Burn the box.
What?
Like burn the box.
Burn the fucking box. Okay. So, following the worst thing that's ever happened in Monday Night Raw history, probably in the past 2 years, we get a Bobby Lashley / MVP interview talking about Braun's got no luck left. He can eat 4-leaf clover. I don't know. MVP was saying a bunch of shit about like luck objects, not making a lick of sense. I kind of just toned him out. Yeah,
that was a dud.
He's talking about how
I was disappointed.
It wasn't good. Like, this was not a very good interview at all.
Yeah, for MVP, that was very disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, he compares Braun and Drew to ferocious warriors. Bobby Lashley cuts him off. He's like, hold on, no. I am much more of a ferocious warrior and whatever than those two. It's stupid. It was a waste of time, a waste of 2 minutes. I didn't need this interview.
Yeah. Honestly, like, MVP doesn't need to really talk about it anymore. Bobby kind of found his footing with his promos for the most part, enough so that he can, you know, carry himself. Like, MVP can be more of that, like, Flair to Triple H role.
Yes.
That they had back in the day. Like, he doesn't need to keep talking for him all the time.
No.
Honestly.
He doesn't. But again, WWE doesn't care. They don't listen.
Yeah, we know. Ridiculous.
Somebody tell me why I do a WWE recap show 2 days a week. Somebody. Anybody.
You like pain?
I do, apparently. I mean, I want people to step on me, Reek. What do you mean?
You said it, not me. That's an admission of your own doing.
I mean, it's not like a real one, but like, we'll say it is. Kyle apparently has been tagging his hotel room with SmackDown podcast stickers. So shout out. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it, guys.
I like that y'all do that. That's pretty dope.
I need to start doing that. I need to start just carrying some on me when I go somewhere. I probably have to get gas tomorrow. I'll take one with me. Nobody will ever know.
Yeah, that's smart.
Marketing. That's what we're doing. Exactly.
I mean, you being on the show is marketable enough.
Stop
but, I mean,
it.
you just increase your audience when you've got, you know, the tag spots all over the place.
Do you think I need a sticker?
You?
Yeah.
Gotta get my creative juice. Well, I think there's a lot you can work with that. Oh yeah.
Is this a conversation we need to have post recap? Yeah. But I'm just gonna come out and say it. Katie needs a sticker. I second that motion. I need a sticker.
RN's got a sticker, so Katie should get a sticker.
Also, RN and I need to be in the intro. We're not in the
Oh.
intro at all.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously I'm not, but RN isn't. But I think we're rebranding a lot of it anyways, so I'm not gonna hold my breath for that one. I think I do have some pretty good sound bites though. If we go back, I have a few saved on my phone. I'm just gonna say that because I think I'm funny.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, get your sound sticker with like, what was it you said? K2B2?
For
Yeah,
Katie, Katie, baby, yeah.
Throw that on there. Yeah. throw that
There's a plethora. He says, "Shh."
or K2W. That works
I
too.
have many a nickname. Thank you, Matt. And Savannah. And Kyle, I guess. There's a lot of people. I don't even like choose my own nicknames anymore. They're just brought to me. I'm not mad.
There's never enough. There's never enough.
Frozone. I was there for Frozone, so
Yes, you were.
what a fun time. That was fun. I'll have to pop on your show again soon.
It's a. Oh yes, you must. You must indeed.
I must. Just let me know. Look at that. We're making dealings during the recap. I will.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Promoting each other, building each
The-
other up because Raw's trash, and I
best-
really am just delaying talking about it.
The best host of this landscape is always welcome on our show.
Fuck out of here.
Always.
I don't
It
do
would
well
be
with
an honor and a
compliments.
pleasure. It would be an honor and a pleasure for you to grace us with your presence.
Damn. I don't take compliments very well. I'm just gonna move on. My hands are
Yeah, we
sweating.
know.
Shut up. So after whatever the interview is, we see New Day sitting with Ice, after they're basically beat down by Omos. And Jackson Riker and Elias have Rotten Tomatoes that they're gonna get payback on the New Day from last week's bullshit. And they throw them. And, of course they don't hit the New Day. Of course. They hit Randy Orton, who looked pissed as hell. And to top it off, as he's wiping tomato off his face, Riddle, on his scooter, rides by and just goes, "Hey, Randy," and just keeps going.
So, two things. One, you know how I get off on that tangent about lazy writing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think this would be an appropriate moment where it fits right. Like, if we had like, once you guys get to that point where you can start like some major editing, just hit that previously on Smack Raw, and go back to that rant that I did about like lazy writing. It goes right in here because I'm tired of talking about it. Rotten Tomatoes.
Yep.
It's 2021. Give me a fucking. That's number one. Number two, Matt fucking Riddle. I don't. Oh man.
It's not even Matt Riddle anymore. It's just Riddle. He lost his first name. He doesn't have that anymore.
Yeah.
Man don't deserve the
I
name.
don't know, man. I almost feel bad for him because he's that naive. Like, you clearly haven't done your homework on this guy. That he turns his back and stabs every partner he's ever had. So you know damn well your annoying ass is gonna be next at some point in time. But I guess he's gonna learn the hard way.
Oh, he is.
I'm guessing this is going to last for quite some time.
Yeah.
I hope not, but
It's going
at
to.
the same time, if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it all the way. So
They're the next challengers probably for AJ and Omos. Come SummerSlam, RK Bro wins. Randy turns his back on Riddle feud. Calling it now. I like making bold predictions now. See if I'm right in the long run.
I would put some money on that because it's classic Randy. It's actually long-term booking if you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I don't know, man. The stick with Riddle is really just getting old for me.
Yeah. I'm so happy Kevin's not here. Thank you, podcasting gods. I don't have to hear a weed-induced rant about Riddle being the best stoner champ. No. I was not feeling it today. I was not in the mood. I love Kevin to pieces. He's like the little brother I've never wanted, but he's older than me. He's like the one you just want to like constantly punch because they say something annoying and you're like, shut up. Punch in the arm. And then they continue to say it. That's Kevin and I's relationship.
Sounds a lot more violent than that when I'm around here.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
Really?
No.
Really?
No. All I know is
didn't-
that Kevin said I was a genius and it is recorded and saved forever. Ha ha. Manipulation tactics, that's me.
I'm wondering. Yeah. We also, did you plot to kill him on this show before?
No.
You didn't?
No. Never.
I think we need to check the tape.
Yeah, can we check the tape? Oh, guys, no. Uh-oh. Rake?
See, this would also be a perfect moment to go to that previously on Smack Raw, and then we pull up that conversation. Yeah, this is a good moment to put that there.
Never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
We got you on film. That's all I need to say. Okay.
Listen, whatever. Charlotte takes on Dana Brooke, which they got rid of Dana's music, and I'm kind of pissed because her theme was a banger.
It was. It definitely was.
Like, very disappointed. And Charlotte just toying with her the whole time. She said, "You're still my protege. You're still my bitch." Like, fuck off, Charlotte. I'm not in the goddamn mood for you ever. Dana gets a little bit of offense, but, Charlotte being Charlotte, she wins with the figure 8. Doesn't release it. Mandy comes in, just drop kick to the fucking side. V-trigger. Which, she does have a damn good V-trigger, I will say. Shout out.
I think the biggest thing that disappointed me was that they kind of cooled off on Mandy after she had the match with Sonya. It's like, you definitely had an opportunity there to do something with it because she had a lot of momentum, and then you just said, nope, not going to do it.
It's because they don't care about their women's division, Rake. They don't care.
I've learned that in 2020 into 2021. I've learned that.
Oh, I have known that for years. Now that I do this, I am just way more aware of it.
The thing was, at one point in 2020, they gave us hope.
Oh.
But then, it's like...
They dangled it in front of us, and then they said, nah, just
yeah.
kidding.
It's gone before...
It was like the commercial with it was the man, and he was like fishing, but it was a dollar. He's like, you gotta be quicker than that. I can't remember what the commercial was about, but that's what that was.
It was a Geico commercial.
Was it Geico? Not even surprised.
Pretty sure.
It's always Geico. They got the weird ones.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
So after Mandy hits Charlotte with a knee to the face, Sonya comes out. They cut to commercial. Mandy and Dana are gone. Charlotte and Sonya are in the ring by themselves. Charlotte basically is pleading with Sonya, saying, well, I deserve to be in the title match. I beat Asuka's 900 whatever day undefeated streak. I put Rhea Ripley on the map. I beat her for the NXT Women's Championship. I'm the most famous face of the women's division. Like, this bitch goes on and on, acting like I care. I really don't. And I mean, she's doing a hell of a job as a heel because I can't fucking stand her. And that prompts Rhea to come out after Sonya says, "Oh, well, the men's title match is a triple threat. Why not make the women's a triple threat?" Because Charlotte has to be involved in every title match. She has to be within arm's reach of that fucking title. And I cannot stand it. At all.
I'm gonna suggest something here, but you're not gonna be too happy about it.
Okay.
I think after that, Sonya might need to turn in her daddy card because she just got bitched by Charlotte.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she caved to her demands.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought you were supposed to be, the big baddie with the long stick around here, and Charlotte shows up and starts throwing her weight around, and all of a sudden you crumble and you don't got nothing to say except, "Oh yeah, you're right." Like, was that Sonya Deville or was that Adam Pearce in disguise? That's like what I was kind of thinking for a little while.
I mean,
Like,
honestly,
that's an imposter.
It's gotta be, because that's not my Sonya Deville. No, that's not Daddy Deville. Daddy Deville would not crumble like that.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah, that
she
wasn't
did.
okay.
She made it a triple threat. Rhea comes out, pissed off, rightfully so. She was waiting for just her one-on-one with Asuka again, which, granted, I don't want to see that match for the third time. But I also don't want Charlotte in the match. I don't want Charlotte in the match, period. I can't. I really can't. It gets my blood boiling because I just can't stand Charlotte constantly being in the title picture. Her and Sasha always in the title picture. Like, step the fuck away. Sasha is now, thank God, but like, step the fuck away. Please.
Honestly, I don't want it either, but if it saves me from seeing this match again, it's like the lesser of two evils, because I'm sorry, I don't know what match other people were watching that they thought it was really good. Rhea and Asuka
They didn't have
not a good
chemistry.
match. Yeah, either time.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
I watched them both literally back-to-back nights. It was not good. And the indictment there is that Asuka does not have bad matches with anyone. So the fact that you had a Rhea who had been on a tear for 2 straight years, and Asuka, who among the elite, arguably the best in terms of accomplishments, the best women in the division.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that was like there shouldn't have been any issues there. And 2 nights in a row, it just didn't do it for me. It really didn't. It wasn't good. And so I would not want to see that for a third time. And if Charlotte prevents that, I mean, prefer something else, but what the hell?
I prefer anything else, but it is what it is at this point. I've come to the conclusion that as long as Charlotte Flair is still in good wrestling condition, she's going to be in the title picture. And the fact that she's even surpassed Trish's title reigns in the short amount of time irritates me to my fucking core, and I'm not getting into that right now because something will break in my room. And I'm not trying to do that right now.
Oh, you do know why that is, though, right?
Why?
Because I agree, but this is there's multiple things. One, obviously, her lineage,
Mm-hmm.
the name, but also the fact that it was the time period that you were in, the role that women were playing.
Yep.
And then initially, Trish was brought in to just be a pretty face.
True.
And she had to make that transition from that to being, the best women's champion the company had ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like she had to jump over a whole lot more hurdles. And Charlotte came in, obviously, with a good name from Rick and, her athletic ability. So she kind of had a step ahead, but she also put the work in. So when you combine the two things, it's like, yeah, it's more than tempting for them to give her as much as they possibly can right away, because they had to like kind of pull at Trish forever, before they would let her get what she deserved.
It's also the fact that Charlotte and Sasha played fucking hot potato with the title for a year, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
Yeah, so Rhea comes out, Asuka come out, they're both pissed. Charlotte's like, oh, see what happens? Like, you guys, like, there's a change and you guys can't handle it. You guys are freaking out, whatever. They all attack each other. Asuka's the last one standing. I'm done. We're just moving on. Humberto Carrillo has an interview talking about Sheamus is bullying everybody. I'm not going to let him bully me. I'm going to answer every open challenge he gives. Cue Sheamus attacking Humberto Carrillo. Tosses him around like a goddamn ragdoll backstage. And he said, oh, looks like you're in no condition to answer my open challenge night there, bud. I'll leave it at that. Before the next match, which I don't like how they did this anyways, we get Sonya and Adam Pearce. Pearce is like, why did you add Charlotte? You're abusing your power. Do I gotta go above this? Like, we're supposed to be equals. And Sonya gave him that look, like, I'm coming for your job, bitch. I mean,
the job is hers.
It's
like,
yeah.
Like, bro, like, Adam, you need to stand down, bro. Like, you lost a long time ago, and like, it's just, there's too much big dick energy on that side that you just aren't going to be able to compete with right now, because you get bitched by everyone on the roster. Like, you need to just let it go, because realistically, Sonya's gonna embarrass you one of these days, and you're not gonna like it. Like, you thought Roman getting you was bad. Oh, yeah. You don't want where this is gonna go.
No, sir. Right now. No, you don't. Daddy DeVille knows. I love Sonya Deville. That's whatever. Anyway.
Oh, well, we know. Hashtag step on me.
It's not a secret anymore. I don't even care. Whatever. Fuck it. It has been exposed. I exposed myself. But also, I also was low-key exposed. But that's fine. John Morrison taking on Damian Priest. Before we get the match, Miz complaining that they suffered a travesty last week with the tomatoes. He starts listing all of his accomplishments: 2-time Grand Slam champion, reality star, movie star. John Morrison's like, tell him about me. And Miz just keeps ignoring him. I'm smelling a breakup between the two of them, finally. It's coming soon.
Much needed. Alright, because I'm going to be honest, I've been thinking this for a long time, and I hate that I have to say this. One of them is holding the other back, and I want to say that it's Morrison, because Miz is beyond that point of needing, some secondary player with him or whatever. It's like, if he was still like running like a stable like he did with Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, that's one thing. But the whole thing with him and John Morrison, yeah, they're a great tag team, but it's like that dynamic is not doing it anymore. Miz back then didn't have himself established the way he is now. And now that he's there, it's like you kind of seeing the little kinks in the armor of John Morrison. It's like in-ring talent, no question, but then it's like his character, at least in WWE, it's like it's not doing much for you. So the longer they stay together, the more it's just kind of like, yeah, this isn't doing it no more.
Yeah,
it's really not.
I mean, like, I love John Morrison. I hate Johnny Drip Drip. See what I'm saying here? Like, because John Morrison is talented as fuck, has been from the jump, deserves a chance to shine like he did in Impact and Lucha Underground. But he can't do that with Miz. He can't do that while he's Miz's understudy, to put it in movie terms.
Yeah, no. Yeah, WrestleMania should have been the swan song for that tag team because that was all they had left to do.
Yeah. But no, it's okay because Miz cost Morrison the match tonight. So we're starting to plant the seeds. And, you know, Damian Priest is back on a winning streak. Hoorah. Don't worry, it'll end. It's who's he going to feud with now? Have him go after Sheamus. Because that would be cool. Like, get him away from Miz. It was nice when he had Bad Bunny too. But get Damian Priest away from Miz and Morrison now. He doesn't need to be with them.
Yeah.
Have him go after Sheamus as like an actual threat for Sheamus' U.S. title. That's a feud. That's storytelling. That's a planning ahead. At least a SummerSlam.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do it. They don't care. Whatever.
Aggravating.
Always.
I mean, he's got to swim on his own, and you know, I think they're kind of hesitant to do that, and that's why they won't let this whole thing die. But it's like, listen, he either makes it or he doesn't, you know, and you're gonna find out one way or another. Management is high on him, so it's like, what are you waiting for? Go for it.
Do something with him, please.
Yeah.
Please. But no, it's fine. After that match, we see Mansoor. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right ever.
Yeah.
He signs a Raw contract.
Just call him Saudi Taker.
No. I'm not going to.
Saudi Taker.
I'm okay, thank you. He signs a Raw contract, so he is the newest Raw superstar. You picked the worst show of the three, my guy. It's a bad choice. And, you know, Sheamus interrupts. Oh, talking about Adam Pearce got, like, an assistant. I mean, because, like, the kid dressed up nice. He looked really good. And he's talking about he doesn't know who he is. Oh, you want to make a good first night appearance? Face me. You know, not for the belt, of course, because Sheamus is a good chicken shit heel. So, I mean, the kid was on what, a 49 win streak?
Yep.
Impressive.
He signed his push away.
It's exactly what he fucking did.
Crazy.
Damn. Another thing we didn't need. Another MVP interview. Why did we need 2 of these in a night? Why? Exactly. We didn't.
When it's good, it never lasts.
He's talking about... Go ahead.
You know, the saddest reality that I had to face, or that I had to explain to someone.
Okay.
When I went to my first WrestleMania at WrestleMania 35, and we were leaving the arena as it was getting ready to start downpouring, and we were in this group, and what was it? So some guy right who's next to us was like, "Oh man, we got everything we wanted. It was such a good night." And I just looked at him. I said, "Dude, enjoy it tonight, but you need to understand that we're so fucked now because we can't have that without consequences."
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sure enough, the consequences gradually came, and they hit very hard.
Yep.
I mean, I've spoken about the Kofi situation. Won't get into that. Just bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Seth, like, I mean, peaked at that night as a face. That was done. Pretty much DOA afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, from top to bottom, everything else is kind of just bottomed out. So that's our harsh reality. So when shit gets good, understand that a fall is coming.
Yep.
That's the reality.
Yeah.
And I hate that I'm seeing this with MVP right now. I hope this is just like a temporary thing. I don't want to see whatever the hell this is going forward.
Yeah, because I'm done. I'm done with MVP's promos. Just like going on and on about stuff I don't care about and stuff that doesn't make sense. Like, we don't need to hear 4 different promos from MVP in a night explaining how Bobby Lashley's the best and the other 2 suck and he's gonna beat both of them because he's the almighty WWE champion Bobby Lashley. Like, I don't need to hear it 4 different times in a night. I get it. Bobby's the man. I don't need to hear it, MVP. Montel. I don't need to hear it. I just can't.
I don't know. Lazy writing.
Another thing I don't understand about Raw. They go to a commercial. They come back to the middle of a match. Out of nowhere, Lucha House Party taking on Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Legitimately the middle of the match. I got confused when they came back from a commercial. I said, oh shit, what did I miss? No, it's fine. Cedric and Shelton lose. Shelton gets pinned. Cedric is not a happy camper. Gets on the mic, starts shouting at Shelton Benjamin. We went from tag champs in the Hurt Business to this, losing to Lucha House Party. Understandable. They didn't kick me out. They kicked you out. I should have turned my back on you with them. You were the weak link in the Hurt Business. How many years you have left? Like, he was digging into Shelton for no reason. He's like, oh, well, I'm in my prime. And just like you, this team is done. Are you okay, Cedric? Like, Scrappy Doo needs to chill.
So it's like all the things that we feared coming in the Hurt Business are happening outside of the Hurt Business. Meaning, Cedric eventually blowing his stack and turning on Shelton. My only thing is that none of this matters if there's not a plan.
Yeah.
Because while I'm happy that Shelton and Cedric didn't just fade away into catering after the Hurt Business, I also don't like what they're doing with them.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if this is going somewhere, okay. If it's not going somewhere, you just wasted several months of my fucking life that I will not get back watching this.
Mm-hmm.
So
you know, it's exactly what they're doing. It's not. There's no build for this. They're not gonna do anything with this.
I mean, there's some slight built-in tension.
Well, yes.
Because Shelton was sketchy about it from the beginning when it came to Cedric. But...
Yeah. Well, according to Shelton, who I'll just jump ahead, his interview, he said, I can take the hit. He's seen so many young stars. I mean, because Shelton Benjamin's been in the business a long time, folks. Doesn't look it, but he's been in the business for a long time.
It's almost 20 years.
Literally almost my entire life, Shelton has been wrestling. Which is a crazy thought. He saw something in Cedric. He's the reason Cedric was in the Hurt Business. And I let him say his piece. He's gonna respect me. Or he's gonna be like every other young star and fizzle away. I like that. I like that Shelton's like, nah. You're not gonna disrespect me after you've done basically nothing. You're holding me back. Like, I like that dynamic, but that's not gonna go far. I don't think.
If he's gonna put Cedric over, fine. And you send Cedric on his way up the ladder. Like, I guess this could be their way of giving a last ditch effort, because I know Vince has given up on Cedric at least 3 times already.
At least.
So this might be like a one last way to say, all right, now you've been in the Hurt Business, you got some more exposure, we give you the singles run against Shelton, and if he could put you over in a big way and it gets you something that we'd like to see, then we move on to, say, maybe a mid-card title and get in the mix. But that needs to be where this is going. Otherwise, yeah, I already said that. Wasting my fucking time.
Wasting my fucking time. You know what else is a waste of time, Reek?
What's that?
Angel Garza and Drew Gulak.
What's that? Like I've never gone so high to just drop instantly because I saw Gabba Gulak and I said, "Oh shit, he's gonna get a match on TV. Amazing!"
Wow.
And he's not chasing the 24/7 title. Amazing!
Wow.
And it's against Angel Garza.
Wow.
He's solid in the ring too. We're killing two birds with one stone once again. Amazing!
Woo.
And that.
Okay, so let me break it down real quick.
Yeah.
Their banter backstage, Gulak asks if the rose Angel Garza is holding is for him, joking of course. Basically said he can't get a bitch, he can't score, whatever. Which Angel Garza is a very handsome man who's chasing Nia Jax, maybe still, who knows. They probably dropped that storyline for the third time. And talks about his win-loss record and all of this different stuff. And they want a match. And Drew's like, oh, when I win, I'll be, smelling the roses. And Angel's like, no, when you're done, you're gonna be smelling them because I'm gonna shove this rose up your ass. Completely uncalled for, by the way. Completely uncalled for. Those were his exact words, by the way. I'm not bullshitting.
I thought that would be the height of the cringe for the night.
Oh, no.
I thought.
Oh, no. They have a match. It's a good match. They're both very talented performers. Angel Garza hits the wing clipper. And then, he walks to the corner, he grabs the rose. And he, puts it up to Drew Gulak's nose. And it's a little sniff. Then he lifts up this man's gear, puts the rose in, and then runs back and basically kicks this man in the taint. And for no reason. What was the fucking reason for this?
He can make a case for sexual assault. I think he can make a case for sexual assault. He was finger
has
banged.
to.
He was finger banged on national TV.
I hated everything about this.
That was forced penetration. I think there was no consent. He couldn't have been consenting because he was unconscious on the ground in the ring. So I think that Gabba Gulak has a case on his hands that he can take. I am a lead prosecutor. We just prosecuted Randy Orton very recently.
I love that so much. You guys are in fucking suits. I watched part of it. I turned it on. I was out of curiosity. I was like, I'm very intrigued. And I saw you and TC in the jackets, and I was cracking up. I was so entertained. I loved it. You did your fucking research.
Yeah. There was so much, but it's like I needed to narrow it down so we're not doing this forever. So I just found the ones that were just absolutely terrible, and just had to find some dates and victims and what to actually charge them with. So yeah, that was a pretty clear-cut case in my eyes. So yeah, Mr. Gabba Gulak, if you are looking to prosecute, we will take Angel Garza to Young Kings Wrestling Court. Go check that out, by the way. That was one of the more fun episodes we did.
There you go. Heard it here first. What even happened after this? Oh, Riddle's backstage with the Viking Raiders talking about the draft. Oh, you guys rooting for the Vikings, for the Raiders. Ivar's like, no, I was rooting for the Browns. That made Kyle laugh. It caught him off guard. I don't know. And then he just, rides his scooter on over to Randy. He's like, bro. Randy's immediately like, I'm not your fucking bro. Shut up. I also like that they do this thing now. And they have Riddle zip his lips. And Randy even asked for the imaginary key this time, which I loved. Little touch. But Riddle goes on this thing. Oh, we're still undefeated. Randy says, we've had one match. Why don't we make it another match tonight? which we knew was going to happen immediately after Elias threw the tomatoes at Randy, planting seeds. It's fine. And then we have the match. Match is fine. Randy getting hot tags is still the weirdest thing to see in 2021. And, like, I don't know how to react every time. But the same dynamic they had last week, draping DDT. This time, Randy throws in an RKO on Riker, and then the floating bro for the win. I'm telling you, SummerSlam, they're going to win the titles. Randy's going to turn that night or a week or two after.
I mean, I guess. Not going to be too thrilled about that, but what the hell?
Listen.
This is what happens. This is what happens when we don't value tag teams, kids. This is what happens.
Yeah.
You get a fucking stoner and a psychopath teaming up to win titles.
The stoner and the serpent. It was right there. It was in the right.
Stoner and serpent, yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of... considering I just prosecuted him for literally being a psychopath, that was just the first thing that came to mind.
Touche. Fair. Yeah, or women's tag teams. Or women in general. But, you know, again.
I like that. The stoner and the serpent. Like, you're giving away free game right now. You can't do that.
Listen, they don't listen to my show, Reek. They listen to yours.
I mean, I don't know why. If they're not gonna, you know, just you know, listen and do something about that instead of just trolling us
Nah.
or stealing our shit.
True. They do that. Drew. Drew McIntyre has an interview. Again, not needed, but whatever. Kayla asked him who's gonna win. He's like, I don't care as long as they both beat the hell out of each other. Solid answer. Makes the most sense. He also called T-Bar teabag, and I choked on my drink when I was watching because it caught me off guard. And I was like, I wonder if like that was just like a Freudian slip or he like meant to do it. I'm hoping he just meant to do it. Because fucking teabag. I can't.
Deep down, he meant to do it.
I mean, it's better than T-Bar. I mean, hell, we were calling Slapjack Slapnuts for a month and a half. Like, I don't... Like, Slapchop over here. Like, where did he go? Is he on SmackDown, now?
Yeah,
Is he really, though?
I mean, I have yet to see him, but apparently he was sent over. And I think Mia Yim was too.
Sorry.
Which I'm not.
Bro! Okay, so when we get to the Alexis Playground thing, Matt just put a tweet in the chat. We now know who Lily might be targeting, I guess?
I didn't really fully catch that segment either, so I am curious about that.
So I'll let you look at that while we get into Sheamus taking on Mansoor. If guys, we know I can't pronounce anything right, so it's fine. I know! The same reaction I had!
Oh.
I know!
Okay.
Don't worry, it's literally the next segment. I'm gonna bust through this one real quick.
I'm digging that.
Mansoor, kid's talented as all hell. No doubt about it. But Sheamus is Sheamus, so he's a very dominant person in the ring. He also has at least 100 pounds on the kid. At least.
Yeah.
And he's going for the brogue at the very end. Kyle called it. Humberto Carrillo interferes, causes the DQ, gives Mansoor his first loss. Disrespectful. It's technically a loss. Record books will say he lost.
I mean, it's better than the clean loss because I want to see
true.
that. But I don't know. I
Still
guess.
A loss.
You know.
According to the survey says it's a loss.
It keeps him from, you know, looking bad on that first night.
It's like what they would do with Shayna when like Shayna took on Sasha and they had Bayley and someone just brawling ringside, but yet they somehow both got disqualified. Still doesn't fucking make sense. But they were saving Sasha and Shayna. Kind of like that, but I'm not even getting into that. I've said my piece on that before. We're just gonna move on.
My heart breaks.
Yeah. But basically, Humberto and Mansoor eat bro kicks. That's how that segment ends. Now we're gonna do Alexa's Playground. Because now that I saw that, I'm very intrigued. So, of course, Alexa's holding Lily. Lily had fun. She loves to play hide and seek. Where did I even write this? She just likes to go everywhere. She said a certain someone caught her eyes. We now know that she was in the background, if you zoom in, of Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce talking. So, is she coming after Sonya? Is she trying to get rid of Adam Pearce? I don't know. I'm now very much intrigued, and I'm going to be watching my TV like a hawk every week to see that little damn doll in the background. It's like when the Firefly Funhouse was a thing. And, like, Ramblin' Rabbit or Mercy, they would just be chilling in the background somewhere. Which I love that they do that. Little Easter eggs are fun.
That's good.
But then Alexa, does some creepy singing. Don't blame me for what happens next. And then she ends her creepy song with, Lily, what did you make me do? Which, as much shit as Alexa's getting for this character, because she's basically the female fiend without the fiend, her acting is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hands down, the best Alexa's been in a while, acting-wise. Character-wise.
The range is definitely there, because when this all started, late last summer, I was not expecting to see anything close to this. So I'm all in for this. I don't think it really makes sense to go after Pierce. I mean, there's nothing really intriguing about that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Sonya, on the other hand, that's very interesting because if I can recall, I don't think we've seen Alexa and Sonya in a match yet. So that's something fresh. I did want to see her go after Charlotte because that takes Charlotte away from the title picture, and it creates a new feud for the women on the show, so that you're not just giving us a Raw Championship feud for the women and whatever the hell the women's tag team division is. But yeah, if you're gonna go this route, that's a good place to start. We want to see Sonya back in the ring, as we said before, so that's killing two birds with one stone. I would be interested to see what the angle is, but hey, maybe I gotta start somewhere.
This could be a very long shot. Maybe Lily is manipulating Sonya to manipulate Charlotte. So maybe the end goal is Charlotte. Use Sonya to get to Charlotte, I guess. Also, Alexa and Sonya have had matches before.
Oh yeah.
They've had quite a few, apparently. I never would have realized.
Yeah.
So
Wow, I didn't remember that. Okay.
I don't know. It looked like a lot of them were on SmackDown. Oh, I think a lot were like when Paige was still around too, and they had the faction.
Oh yeah. Absolution, I think.
Yeah, whatever their name actually was, I don't know. Yeah, so that's
but you know what? That's good. That's good. Because if we're following the same formula with the Fiend, it's like, people that you encountered in the past or people that wronged you or whatever. That's smart. So you kind of build off history there. So I can get down with that. That's cool.
Like I said, there's a few options. My long shot, my Hail Mary is Sonya being manipulated to get to Charlotte. End goal is Charlotte. That's what I'm hoping.
That's what I wanted.
It's not gonna work. It doesn't matter. My opinion doesn't matter according to WWE. You know what else doesn't matter? Is the fucking women's tag titles, because they're doing nothing with them. This match was 3 minutes long. It's probably less. In all honesty, it was probably less than that. I wanted to time it. My TV wouldn't fucking rewind because I really was gonna time it. And so the titles were on the line. Nia and Shayna taking on Naomi and Lana. Whatever. Fast-paced match. I saw the time and I was like, there's no way that this match is gonna go on more than 10 minutes. It didn't even get 5. Reginald got involved. There was nothing. There was no one turned. No new champs. What the fuck was the point of this?
So I said maybe 2 weeks ago, because it was either right after WrestleMania or right before. I think it was right before. That WWE has effectively buried Shayna Baszler because she took back-to-back losses, and the second of those back-to-back was to Natty. So, off the back of that, I decreed that they have buried Shayna Baszler. I'm going to double down on that, and I'm going to say that it is just. It's first off, it's time for this partnership to be over.
Facts.
But I think you need to just send that woman back to NXT to reign over her kingdom again, because this is honestly just making my skin crawl watching this week after week. Like, number one, I understand that the women's tag teams are for both shows. That does not mean that you need to tell multiple stories on one show to the next.
Yep.
If you're going to build a women's tag team division, then you need to have one tag team feuding with them at a fucking time. Putting all of them together for WrestleMania, whatever. Okay, fine. You get as many as you can. But now that that's done, you need to move on and just line them up. Where's the Riot Squad? I know this is wrong, but what happened to the Riot Squad, the one true tag team in that division? Like, that's what we need to be going with this. But as it stands with them, listen, this long overstayed its welcome. I gave them one pass because they had a great match at, I think it was Payback, where they beat Sasha and Bayley for those titles because it was a better match, far better match than you expect. Okay, fine. But then you stretch this entirely too long. You completely burned out the flame that Shayna had. She went from being a world beater and a dominator to just being an average-looking wrestler on the roster, which she is absolutely not. Nia went from being the bully to the victim, to back to the bully, to now she just looks like a joke. And you know what? I was with giving her Reggie at one point in time. Don't even like that anymore. This motherfucker needs to go away. Like, his side nigga privileges are revoked.
I was waiting for you
I'm
to say it.
sick. I'm so sick and tired of it. Like, and I can't even call him side no more because Carmella fired him.
True.
And Nia picked him up, so I guess it's the main. But it's not working anymore. Like, this has gotten so stale so fast that it's not even digestible anymore. It's really not. If you're going to insist upon us with Naomi and Lana, I don't know what you need to do, but you need to do something with that, because as it stands right now, like I said earlier, it just seems like, Lana can't find her wings on her own, so she's just attaching herself to Naomi as like her groupie, and that never really works.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Naomi does enough for the both of them. But
Naomi's the best.
My God, she does not get enough credit, and that's a travesty in itself. But
That's another rant for
that's a
another
whole
show.
nother reign. Oh yeah. we campaigned to get her to the Hurt Business like 50 times already.
Yep.
But yeah, this is terrible. Like, this is not what you brought in women's tag team championships for. And I understand it was something that, you know, a lot of them wanted, but I guess the reality is that the long term effect of it was not something that they were prepared for.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's just something that you got to look at. If they don't care about tag team wrestling as it is, you know, when you think about where it came from to now, they don't give a shit about tag team wrestling at all, even with the men.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think's going to happen with the women?
Those titles are going to be gone in a year. Guarantee it.
I hope so. I genuinely hope so. Because this didn't work out at all. Like, I understand you have the depth, but it's like, you don't need to push for that. It's like, if you had a women's title on each show,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe you could add a mid-card title for the women,
Yeah.
but, I mean, for a division that you didn't have already, that you had started creating makeshift teams, and that's basically all it is other than the rights squad. So, yeah, it's not cutting it. You need to cut big, and more than anything else, shift the goddamn balance of your women's division. Because why? Again, not to harp on this once again, because it's still pissing me off. You have women like Nikki just sitting off on the side, not getting any TV time, when you have like 5 women on SmackDown's roster, and 3 of them are being used regularly. That's not counting Nia and Shayna coming over when they have, you know, their matches too. But
It's just sad.
I'm trying not to rant more.
That's okay. It's basically like the length of an episode if it was just me and Kevin. And he just rambles. You rant. There's a difference. Your rants are much more entertaining than his ramblings. I will say that. Well, let's just get to the main event. And then we can be done with the shit show that Raw was. The almighty WWE champion, Bobby Lashley. You're welcome. Taking on Braun Strowman. Obviously, at one point, Drew comes out. Shocker, I know. Everyone's really surprised. And obviously a distraction to Braun. At one point, Strowman goes for, like, his choo-choo train bullshit. And he gets thrown into Drew. Shoving match ensues, which should have been a DQ because the ref literally saw Drew shove him. None of my business. Braun gets back in the ring. Drew distracts him. Eats a spear. Bobby wins. Eats a claymore. Braun eats a claymore. Drew's the last one standing, which means he's not gonna get the belt back at Backlash, because I'm not calling it WrestleMania Backlash because it's stupid.
That's correct. I refuse to acknowledge it under that name. However, we still have one more Raw to go, I believe.
We do.
So,
oh, but the match is probably the main event is Drew taking on Bobby Lashley, which means Braun's gonna get involved. So, you know, I can just produce my own episode of Raw at this point. Like, I can read them like a book. Like, it's easy. I mean, the Angel Garza thing kind of threw me through a loop. Not in a good way either. But
you know, I just realized that Smacking It Raw is going to be very entertaining this week.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I expect to see something very, very interesting.
I can't wait for that.
That particular segment.
Oh, Matt's gonna have a field day. Alright, well, this has gone on long enough. I think we're done letting the people suffer through the Raw recap. Thank you again to Mr. Wreak Havoc, my Paul Heyman, for stepping up, stepping in when I need him most. Reek, again, tell the people where they can find you.
So you can find me at WreakHavoc24 on Twitter and Instagram. Uh, Check out Young Kings Wrestling uh, at YK Wrestling on Twitter, at YKW Pod on Instagram, and you can find us on Spotify, Anchor, YouTube for the video, wherever you listen to your podcast. And I just finished, literally before I got on here, just finished an episode of the Havoc Hour, which you can also find on all streaming platforms as well as YouTube for the video and audio. Also, go check out that Instagram page on _ the Havoc Hour _. I'm going to have that episode up by the end of tomorrow, so go check that out as well. Talking about some sports, particularly over the last 2 weeks. So yeah, got a lot going on, and as I mentioned before we got on here, there's an interview coming with Young Kings Wrestling. I will not diverge the name right now, but she was a prominent figure in the early days of the Ruthless Aggression era. She's a former women's champion. You will find out when it comes out, but stay tuned for that at Young Kings Wrestling.
See, he teases me with these, and then he doesn't tell me. It's disrespectful. It's fine. Whatever, Paul. Thank you guys so much for watching. You will catch me and RN doing the NXT recap Wednesday, followed by me, Kevin possibly, and Savannah doing the Dynamite recap also Wednesday. Blood and guts, baby.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure, as always. You have my absolute respect and admiration for all that you do and this magnificent show that you put on a regular basis.
You know what? I'm just going to leave it at that. Bye, guys.